Lords, I rise to speak in support of the noble Lord Best's Amendment 221, which, as he indicated, my Right Reverend friend, the Lord Bishop of Chelmsford, added her name. She apologises that she's unable to be in her place today, and I will, within my own brief remarks, make a number of points which she would have contributed had she been here. I'm also grateful to the noble Lord Young of Cookham, who, like the noble Lord Best, has a long and honourable history of leading thinking on housing matters in this land. My Lords, I declare my own interest in housing for older people. As set out in the register, I'm a board member of the Wythenshawe Community Housing Group. In fact, my Lords, it's more than an interest, it's a passion. In my time as chair of the association, we've opened a flagship development of 135 apartments for older people, with mixed rental, shared ownership and outright purchase. Developments such as this enable local people to live in dignity in old age. They provide social space as well as private dwellings. In many cases, they allow residents to remain close to their family networks and former neighbours, the support networks they need in older life. We can do well for older people, but that shouldn't have to rely on episcopal passion or pot luck. It needs to be part of how we plan housing provision at strategic level. Research by BN Paribas Real Estate, published late last year, found a shortfall of more than 487,000 senior living housing units. As our population ages, as the housing crisis continues, this particular housing shortage is set to grow. 2021 census confirmed there are more people than ever in older age groups. 18.6% of the total population, over 11 million of us, were aged 65 years or older, an increase from 16.4% at the previous census a decade earlier. There's expected to be a 31% increase in those over 65 over the next 15 years. My Lords, I reached that milestone myself a few months ago. I have a real interest in remaining part of these statistics for many years to come. Furthermore, my Lords, as has been indicated, housing is not just for people who are fully able. 91% of homes in England fail basic accessibility standards. So not only do we need more housing, we need to work to improve the suitability of our existing as well as new housing stock. And in doing so, it's important to note, as Lord Young of Cookham reminded us before the dinner break, that older people are not a homogenous group. Needs will vary. The recent Mayhew review suggested 50,000 homes designed for older people annually. Well, providing suitable housing for seniors, of course, doesn't just address their housing and care needs. It actually reduces demands for NHS services as people stay healthy for longer, and it frees up housing and surplus bedrooms for younger families. My Lord's, Amendment 221 would facilitate an important part of the solution to these issues, enabling the government to consider older people's housing needs in drawing up plans. These should include more integrated retirement communities, such as the one I referred to in Wythenshawe. They foster social connection, especially for people living alone in the latter years of their lives. That would in itself help counter the epidemic of homelessness, since over 6 million people will be living in single-person households by 2040, half of them over the age of 80. And my Lords, there's a real opportunity here in this bill for His Majesty's Government to work more comprehensively to address the housing needs of our ageing population. I urge them to take it.